Okay, so I want to give you a personal account on what Bruce Lipton calls the honeymoon effect and how it heals your body. The honeymoon effect can heal your body because you're experiencing feelings of love. But the way he teaches it is that you don't have to be with somebody or be in love with another person to experience the honeymoon effect. This could just be because you are just purely peaceful and full of joy because you remember who you really are, right? So, but I'm going to give you a personal story about a time when being in love with somebody actually did heal me from something. I'm not going to lie. So, on and off, I battled with acid reflux, right? And it would really be annoying because I sing, and there were times when the acid reflux would kind of cut my register, would kind of like kill my range, and I couldn't hit certain songs because, and every now and then I still get little bouts of it. If I change what I'm eating or whatever, that helps a lot. It's a management thing, but I don't take PPOs or anything like that. I don't recommend that, but unless you really need to. But the point being, there was a bout I was dealing with of acid reflux. This was about 10, 15 years ago. And I would sing with my group when I was with this garage band kind of thing. We would sing and we would play, and I couldn't sing like I normally do, and I'd have to give the song to other people because I couldn't do it like I wanted to do it. It was very frustrating. And of course, being frustrated about it would make it worse, right? So I met somebody this one year, and we hit it off great, okay? And I had this pure feeling of joy. Like I thought at the time that I was with the one. Well, now, we're not together anymore, but even now, even if we were, I would tell you there's no such thing as the one. There's just, there are people you're meant to meet at given times. And, if you make it through, you make it through. If you don't, you learn, so it's all part of your evolution, but that's another video. But the point is, I was feeling such joy from this new relationship that it felt like a honeymoon. It really did. I felt like this was somebody who I was meant to be with at the time, and we found each other, and it was, not to get soppy or anything like that, but that's how I felt. I felt pure joy. And wouldn't you know, those first 2 or 3 months, the acid reflux was gone. It was gone. I sang my songs. We did a show. We did a recording with me on lead vocal. All because the acid reflux was gone. Now, you could say this is a coincidence, but here's the issue, I'll tell you. When the acid reflux came back? When it came back? When she and I started having problems. When we realized that the honeymoon was over and we weren't even married. That's when I knew that it wasn't going to work out. Okay, long story short. But the acid reflux came back. I'm not going to lie. And of course, you have to do physical 3D things to deal with that, of course. But the honeymoon effect is a real thing, and it is very powerful. Very powerful. And for about 2 or 3 months, when I was in that state of joy, which of course, yes, it was conditional because of this new person at the time, but it was there, it was real, and the acid reflux was completely gone. So, yeah, the honeymoon effect is real. Bruce Lipton has a point there, and if you ever never heard of him, I suggest you check him out because, yeah, that's just a personal account of the honeymoon effect. There are several others out there, but that was mine.